I was supportive of him when no one else was. So I felt when I started my business,
Right.
he was going to be the same way. And he was absolutely terrible.
Right.
And I didn't realize about myself, I require a lot of support because the way I was raised, I didn't get it. So it was a reminder,
Of what you were
of
lacking.
what I was lacking. I'm like, here it shows up again.
We don't know what you mean. So in what sense should that have shown up for you for it to be something that's either tangible that you could not help but notice?
Support in the sense of...
We know that over 50% of marriages end in divorce. We know that people have 2, 3, or even 4 so-called committed relationships before choosing the one. We also know that other than the non-negotiables, infidelity, abuse, etc., sometimes relationships just end because you don't have a blueprint and we don't know what we don't know. Most successful men will tell you that they owe their success to their wives, someone who was just there to support them and have their back. Can women say the same? I don't have stats. I'm merely observing that when women start their journey as an entrepreneur, it's often seen as a side project. Do we as men, do we as their partners step in to be their backbone? Today, I am joined by my boy Willie Nash of the Nash Insurance Group, and we're having a conversation with a woman who has lived the very experience I was just describing. Jenny started her business 10 years ago, and her marriage ended. Is it just correlation, or is there causation there? Pay close attention to this conversation, then email us your thoughts at manhoodmatterspodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Welcome to Manhood Matters. Let's get to it.
In the living room, finds his voice. 4 souls gathered, making a choice. Speak of life's great, no sugar to cope. From a black man's lens, each word a keynote. Mental storms, physical strife, hustling hard, the pulse of life, race love. And the entrepreneurs climb real tall echoes, defying time. Experts and friends, a powerful blend.
You work with a lot of men, and a lot of them are very successful men. Mm-hmm. And you're an attractive woman. I would imagine that would
Thank you.
create a problem. Are you married?
Not anymore, no.
Okay. So why don't we start there? Because it almost starts like that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. So
Oh, wow, that's so deep.
yeah, I don't know.
But it is.
Is it?
It really is.
So tell us about that. I mean, a lot of men, they struggle with having a successful woman.
Mm-hmm.
We are possessive creatures in a sense. And we'll need our egos stroked and
Yes.
made to feel better. So I imagine you had a lot of challenges. So start from wherever.
Okay, I got to give you a backdrop too, because when I came in, I was a stay-at-home mom for a decade.
Really?
So you go from being at home, being under your husband, your children for 10 years to now you're around men and very successful men. Mm-hmm. So it did, of course we had issues before me getting into the business, but it really escalated really fast because I went from staying at home, knowing my whereabouts, to in the insurance business, like Willie knows, we could be anywhere. Mm-hmm. I'm not going into an office. Mm-hmm. I'm going outside in my car all day. Mm-hmm. So I'm serious. When we first started, when you want to be successful, and in sales, you got to work all day long because you don't know when your sale is coming. Right. And then you got to work all day long too, because even if the day is good, tomorrow may not be good.
Correct.
So you don't just come in if you're a good, salesperson. Yeah. So no, it was a lot of issues. It was a lot of, who is this person calling? Why are they calling you so late? Where you got to go again? And then your training. So I had to train with people in their car. I hope my ex is not listening to that. Then you have to train with men because it's a male-dominated field. That's who's good. Right. So you're in a very controlled space. And we don't talk about that enough. That car, you're in a car with someone, that is a very
intimate space.
It's a very intimate space. It's enclosed.
Yeah, and you get to talk about, it's not all about work. You talk about other things.
You talk about everything. Right. Your complaints, everything. And when you said intimate, it's not like you got R&B playing and you're trying to set a mood.
There ain't no end of the road playing.
Ain't no red light special going on.
Yeah. But it is still a very closed-in, intimate space, like you said. Yeah. So then, God forbid, if you are working with someone that's attractive, and he's about his business, that's an issue. And a lot of times for me, we're talkative, we're women, we're not trying to do anything or say anything out the way, but who do you talk about? I went from talking about my children and him all day to now I'm talking about business. Mm-hmm. And the business is not just the clients. The business is also, too, now your quote-unquote business partner or, and they go Google them, on social media. And they're like, who's this guy? This guy look like me.
You got to type.
I didn't pick him. They told me to go in the car with the guy, trading. This guy look like me. You're from Florida. Oh, my God. Like, yeah, it's okay. Nothing's going on, but it's rough.
But why did you decide to go into business in the first place? You're a stay-at-home mom. Sometimes that's a decision, and sometimes there's no choice. You have to go back in the field because you need 2 incomes now. What was your main reason?
We needed 2 incomes. He was in sales as well. Okay. So we've been doing good. Sales, you high, you're low, you're middle.
It's good when it's good.
It's amazing.
And it's bad when it's bad.
Exactly. and my stomach didn't like the falls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? I have a degree. I can do this. And I really hated working for people. Mm-hmm. Like, I've had jobs, but I felt like something wrong with me. I don't like working for people.
Yeah.
And on my dad's side, they're all entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. So it made sense, like, okay, now, I don't like people telling me when to go to work, when to be there, when to take a lunch break. Mm-hmm. That was not my style. I hated it. Yeah, absolutely hated it. And I was like, this cubicle, why you not in your seat? Why everybody at your cubicle? Hey, you ask them. I'm just sitting down. So I've always talked a lot, very personable. But the reason why, I knew I did not want to be confined to a schedule. Mm-hmm. And I wanted my life to have purpose. I wanted to help people. And I wanted to make a lot of money. Mm. Before I was a personal trainer, I prayed to God, let me help people. But I made a little bit of money. So I said, I got to be very detailed with God, okay? I said, God, okay, for real, this time, I want to help people and I want to make some money doing it. And I know I need to do it quickly. Mm-hmm. So you used to call me Google Queen. I Googled insurance business. I Googled how much commission, how they get paid in advance. I said, I can help people to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to do this business. Mm-hmm. And then, my daughters were still young. I think one at the time was, I breastfed my children kind of late. So she was still kind of breastfeeding a little bit when I was taking the test and doing all that. So I said, allow me to still be home with the kids and not confined to a schedule. So that's why I chose the industry.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about, I'm going to be around men with money, with cars, with influence. Yeah. My brain was like, let me sign y'all up and get, some policies off you. And as a matter of fact, the first year I got in, I was only signing up family members and friends. I was just aggressive about it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I probably did about $55,000 my first year, part-time, just calling people. If you say you knew somebody, I didn't say, hey, y'all, I just got a policy, insurance. Let me know. No, I was like, let me talk to them now. Put them on 3-way. Let me get a number. I was aggressive in that approach.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of people. I found a gentleman online. He was very successful. And I instantly messaged him, hey, can you help me? And the rest was history. He gave me a number to our leader, called him, and I went to work.
Yeah.
And I went to work, and I just
And
had
at that
all
point,
these
you're
people.
still married?
Yes.
Okay.
But it was rough.
Right.
And it was rough. He was, God, I'm not trying to talk about this man. And, because actually we just talked yesterday and I got some of his recipes for Thanksgiving. We're friends now.
Gotcha.
Because I went through a very rough patch with him. Even
and
after
he knows
everything.
the story, so,
Yeah, but he like,
You're not
talking
dogging
about
somebody.
me.
Yeah, we don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
We
But
don't know him.
We'll call him Fred.
Yes. So, I supported him so much in his business. And, I know everybody thinks they're a good wife, but I'm being for real. I was a phenomenal wife.
Toot your own horn.
I have to.
So give me 2 or 3 things that qualified you as a phenomenal wife.
Very supportive.
Okay.
Very loving. I kept myself together, kept the children together, educated. Mm-hmm. I cooked, cleaned, didn't nag him about what's going on with your business, what's up with this money, you need to get a job. Like most women do. Mm-hmm. I let him do his career, and I didn't nag him. Prayed for him. He required a lot of prayer. I'm just being real. Some people come from certain parts, they dealing with a lot of struggle.
Right.
So even when women say, I want to get married, I'm like, you have no idea. It's not what you see online. If you're not a prayer warrior, don't think about marriage.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. But he will tell you to this day. He of course, I screwed that thing all the way up, but I was supportive of him when no one else was. So I felt when I started my little business,
Right.
he was going to be the same way. And he was absolutely terrible.
Right.
And I didn't realize about myself, I require a lot of support because the way I was raised, I didn't get it. So it was a reminder,
Of what you were
of
lacking.
what I was lacking. I'm like, here it shows up again. I felt I should have more support.
In what way should that support have? Because I will tell you that men are dense in the sense that we don't know what you mean. So in what sense should that have shown up for you for it to be something that's either tangible that you could not help but notice?
One, don't aggravate me. If I'm working, don't. Yeah. And what I mean is, and I'm going to go back to that, but for one, support in the sense of happy for me that I got a sale today. Happy for me that I closed that deal. Happy for me that you see me growing, and I was always a reader, but I'm reading more. I'm listening to, more Audible, and I'm taking something on as a sales, because he's always telling me, Jenny, please just let me take care of you, and you spend my money, but you salesperson, give me a break. You're not cut from that cloth. You don't have that dog in you. You know what I mean?
And I have to jump in because salespeople are not born, they're made.
That's right.
And I can tell you with absolute certainty, someone who's been successful in sales and continue to, I brag about this, I can take any little shithead and make them into a sales monster.
Yeah.
So that's not something you say to people.
No lie. That's what still time.
Well, we needed
He was my mentor
to
for
turn my people into. So he said that, but I didn't come, when I say I was aggressive, I couldn't sell the business like a man. I mean, I use my smile, my femininity, and I'm more of a consultant here, but I don't stop. So I wasn't doing sales the way he thought it should have been done, but I was still very successful. So he wasn't supportive in the fact of you can do it, and he was sabotaging things. He was making me more miserable, arguing about things that he would normally never not argue about.
No,
Anything
you can't work late. I gotta go do something. You need to pick the kids up.
He was doing all that. He had the girls one time, and he left his expensive glasses somewhere in the mall, and he just hit the roof. And I was like, listen, you left the glasses at Perimeter Mall. I guarantee you somebody put them up. No, he just went off. Show up, they had the glasses. But it was little things. I was like, I can't work like this. I'm already dealing with something new. It's a shift for me because I love being at home with my children.
Right.
But it was a direct correlation from him that I can't provide for her anymore.
What do you think was the bigger threat? Do you think that itself was the bigger threat, or do you think that it was a bit of jealousy in terms of who you're going to be around?
Both.
Okay, so equally.
A man want to feel needed. So
Yeah.
when you're taking that from him, so that was some of his resistance too.
But what are we supposed to do? Starve to death?
I was going to say, right, if
Like,
you're
if you don't have
struggling,
anything, because some women will sit there. I have seen women sit there and let the ship sink.
I have had women sit there and let the shit stink.
And I'm like, do something already.
Yeah.
He's just going through a little thing, and I promise you guys, when I say he went through certain things, but he would tell you, I never was like, oh my God, give me a break. You the one supposed to be providing. I'm the one, I'm doing my job. Staying home with the kids,
Right.
cooking, cleaning, keeping myself together, right? Being who I am. And I think that even made him more upset because it was like, I don't have anything on her. Like
Interesting.
she's doing everything she's supposed to do.
And the reality is we do know that.
Yeah.
We do know that. We look at
very
our
conscious
wives
of
and
it.
we're just like, God damn, I just wish you'd mess up here and there. Because when we're not doing great, and our job is not super complicated. Either one of us really, neither gender is really super complicated. I mean, there are some intricacies, obviously, but we have to think about protection. We think about, provision. We think about certain things. A lot of it we have to be taught because every person is different, right? So what you require is going to be different than what another woman requires, right? Based on the relationship and based on your background. But the basics, we should know what they are. And if we're missing any one of those three, I would like to think every man can protect. And Not always, but I like to think we think that.
Yeah.
Good thought.
You know, even though I've seen some dudes be ready to run, but I like to think we're ready to step up, right? An average decent person. But the providing part, you can try as hard as you want. Sometimes it's not on you because life is life, and things are happening. And when that happens, your ego takes a punch to the gut. And I don't understand men who have a problem with their wives stepping up to say, I got us too.
This is what it is. It's not that, I think if I had got a job, it would have been okay. But you got to realize, like in the year that I first was doing it, I made about 50-some thousand. He was still bringing money in. You know, it wasn't a lot, but it was still like, okay, she ain't doing better than me, right? I think what happened for us is that when I started really doing it,
You started making more?
fast.
Wow.
Like he'll tell you, I was one of the fastest in the company. With my third month in, I was the number 2 in their entire company. We got 8 states. So here in his mind, like, are you kidding me? This girl going from stay-at-home mom to the 3rd month. It was the amount of money for him. And let me tell you what I used to do. And this is why I had to toot my own horn. He didn't have any money. I would send money to his account, right? So when he has the daughters, my girls, they wouldn't have to hear him asking me for anything.
Man.
You get what I mean?
That's beautiful of you.
Yeah.
You know, that's wonderful of you because it's something that a man would really, really appreciate because our pride is so fragile.
Yeah.
Right? And then just you doing that is really, really strong. But at the same token, we are in our own heads and like, God damn, like this is horrible. And then if we
you're
don't,
a real man, some men would that would allow that to happen. But a man,
but a real man is going to struggle with that, right? And when we struggle with it, then sometimes if we're not careful, we don't know what to take that anger out on, and then it comes back out on you.
Yeah. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm making it so easy. You know, not easy. I know it was rough for him because used to being a provider and taking care of everyone. Well, then my daughters, sometimes they would say, why is daddy not working? What is that? You know, they're young. They don't know. And I'm lying. I say, you know what? Daddy's made so much money, or he's looking at a new project and he has money saved. So that they're like, oh, okay. You know, and they're back to their little pigtails and run around the house. And because they're used to him moving.
So at that point, you're killing it, and what happened? He's not working at that point, or?
He wasn't working, and he was already a pain in the, I'm just to keep it real with you now, he was a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
And I told him from the jump in the beginning, he asked me a question. If I was a garbage man, would you deal with me? I said, absolutely not. So you're too much work.
Not because he's a garbage man, because he's too much work, or?
He's too much work to be a garbage man.
Okay.
You want to be a garbage man, you got to be nice. You got to be a laid-back, B personality. You're A+ personality kind of dude. You like things very particular. You require a lot, so you're going to have to give a lot. I'm not dealing with you, a garbage man. Like you.
And I'm sitting here thinking about how she was when I got into this business. You know,
Your wife.
Yeah. And in all transparency, when we first moved to Georgia, transferred with ADT, wasn't doing as great out as I was doing in Memphis. You know, ADT here was a lot different, you know. So I'm like, I heard about this company, so I got in touch with my now current director, and we got into insurance. But during the building phase, I wasn't making any money.
Right.
You know, my wife paid a lot, but she was accustomed to having a lot, you know, because of our lifestyle prior to this business. She had a lot of Louis Vuitton and Gucci bags. That saved us because we was able to consign some of that stuff, you know. So we got real stories of how we did it together.
Yeah.
Like when I didn't have it, she paid. I was paying the lit bill, and I was paying the cable bill.
Exactly.
I was paying the cable bill. You know, I was a man. I always had to do something, you know, putting money in my account or giving me the card up under the table when we out with friends and stuff. You know, she did that.
Yeah,
you
my
know?
wife done that too. It's like, slip me the card, and I'm just like, it means the world of you having to. Shit, that was one time I had my card.
Yeah,
and like I'm still good, and but she was like, I'm gonna pay for it, but she still wouldn't hand me the card or let it be known that she was the one paying for it.
Yeah, pass it on the table. So like to this day, like nothing that she can ask for, she won't get. I'm serious.
Yeah.
You know, she can get it all.
Yeah. So continue with the story. So you're doing well,
Yeah, he's acting
and
up.
he's acting up.
He's
and-
acting out. He was already acting out prior to this. And to be honest with you guys, because I don't want anybody thinking like, I don't do that insurance, lose my husband.
It's not insurance. It's sales.
It's
or
sales.
It's really, I should say, it's not just sales. It's sales or anything that where you're kind of self-employed.
Yes.
Because then you have to wear many hats. You have to deal with all sorts of people.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, he was being difficult. And prior to that, I kind of felt like this is going to end. And my girlfriends tease. They said, oh, he knew, baby shower, breastfeeding, and Jenny stay at home. We knew the real Jenny. We knew Jenny ain't going to put up with all of that stuff. So he didn't know that part of me, or I think he felt like I was a person like, oh, she doesn't care what's going on inside. She cares how it looks on the outside. He was a handsome guy, good-looking guy. We look good together, good-looking family. Mm-hmm. But I like peace. And I'm like, you going to either get it together or you going to get out of here. Because I don't do well with drama.
The turmoil.
And chaos. And coming home to, you're going to get chaos in the world. If I'm going to be in here acting right, you need to be in here acting right. Now, everybody can have their little moments. But you're turning this into a war zone.
Yeah.
And I'm not, this is not War of the Roses. I don't know if y'all remember that movie.
Yeah.
I do.
That's an old ass
old
movie. What was
one,
that,
right?
Micah Douglas?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm like, no, this is not, I need peace. So, you ask people to go to therapy, do different things, and they won't do it. And this is another comment I made. And I tell people this comment. I don't think this is a big deal that I said this. But
I can't wait to hear this.
to everybody else, from upper crust to little hood girls in the middle, they're like, oh, they're like clutch their pearls.
I can't wait to hear it. What did you say?
Oh, God.
I told him, I said, this is me being nice. I said, listen, this is what I'm going to do. Because I think he started back working. But it was just so much turmoil. I said, listen, this is what I want you to do. This is what we're going to do. You work, don't pay no bills. Don't pay anything. I said, save your money, and you take that money and you leave.
Oh, goddamn.
Because he was doing too much.
Oh my God.
Damn.
I thought that was
That Jennifer.
I thought that was nice. I said, don't pay
I
any
thought it was being nice. What's the problem?
Kick him in the nuts, why don't you?
I said, don't pay any bills.
Take your little money so you can have somewhere to go. So the excuse is no longer I have nowhere to go or we're going to split this house. No. Now that you have money,
Save it.
and go to this little, this little apartment or whatever. Oh,
No, he was making good money now.
Yeah, but you want him to save all of it so he
Could leave because
Yes.
he was doing too much.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't even think there's anything wrong with the statement because there's context. There's context.
Well, why did
Right,
y'all
but-
do that? Why did you respond?
Because of the pride thing.
Okay.
Because of
Okay.
how it comes across to me. I'm still here. I'm responsible for bills here. I still live here. I still contribute to myself
You're
and
still my wife.
my family. Yeah, you're still my wife. Until that happens, you don't tell me to take my little money and save it.
I didn't say little money.
But that's how I hear it.
I heard that.
You heard it too. I heard it. She didn't say it, but I heard it. You know what I mean?
But I was trying to make his life easier because I didn't want him to feel like I got to pay here and then I got to pay there.
Yeah.
We're living in Johns Creek.
You want to make it easy.
I was trying to make it
So
easier.
at this point-
and I wanted him really to be real with you. If I could be, I wanted him gone.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
He
You
was
were
doing too
you
much.
was ready to end it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm stressed with you. I'm stressed with the kids. I'm stressed with this new business.
Yeah.
People telling me, no, beat it, kick rocks.
Yeah.
They don't know that, my background and we used to a huge home and how I live. And I got somebody that I feel like, are you kidding me? Don't get me started. And you're telling me to kick rocks?
Yeah.
Like, I'm here to help you. And this house is a mess. And you know what I mean?
Right.
So I got to deal with all this newness of the business, him not believing in me. So I'm like, I need to eliminate stress. And you are the cause of this stress. And you are not trying to fix it. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just supposed to sit here and you're not going to, so. And in the beginning, I was like, okay, let's just separate. His family was talking to him like, look, man, just give Jenny some space and y'all will fix things. But he knew me. So deep down inside, he knew like,
the
man.
second she get that space, she gone. The second.
It's like, y'all not losing y'all wife. I don't want to hear this shit. You know, he was going. He was mad at the pastor. You know, he's mad at everybody. You know, and that pastor, and he's telling me this. Yeah, he got his wife. I don't want to hear it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you were done.
I was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was done.
So, other than the support that you weren't getting, what's another example of? Because I know, based on your personality and everything you've said so far, it wasn't money.
Yeah.
You know, you could have survived that.
Yeah.
You know, you were willing to just roll up your sleeves and go to work and support the family just as well. So it wasn't that. Based on the fact that you would do things to make sure that his pride wasn't hurt when you'd give him money. What's another glaring thing that he did where you were kind of like, yeah, this is the day I knew I was done?
He had so many. You know, I felt he was. I felt, and I knew he would sabotage my business. And what I mean by that, let's say we're all in a meeting. He got so ridiculous to where I felt like he would come in and just kill the whole thing. Just erratic.
With his vibe.
His words.
The words.
His words. Like if he could, he would just blow the whole thing up because it wasn't his.
Yeah.
But it was my fault because I saw the signs in the beginning. We've gone through a lot of things in the beginning that I noticed, like, why are we getting an argument? He breaking my stuff. He don't break his stuff. It'd be little stuff like that, you know, that we don't pay attention to.
Yeah, little signs.
You breaking my stuff, but your stuff intact.
Yeah.
You broke my little cup on my first trip. He knew that St. Thomas Cup meant something. I like, why he broke my little, that was my first little vacation, little island trip, you know, and he broke it. And I just remember that. I was like, man, this guy's, you know, he's a sabotager. And then, too, you got to realize, now it's not just me. You would sabotage something dealing with my children. And for me, the reason I went in sales, especially when I knew I wasn't going to be with him, and I said to myself, I will not struggle. I never struggle. I don't care if I work 2 or 3 jobs. I never had a money problem in my life because I wouldn't allow myself to have a money problem. I would figure it out. That's why I went so hard in this business.
She killed it.
I was like, no, I like having stuff. I like eating a steak dinner. I like to travel. I don't like not having.
And the other thing that he's probably thinking about today is that, I mean, he didn't think you can do it for one.
Yes.
And the fact that you did it, and not only did you do it, you killed that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pushed him on. Go on save your money. Save your money so you can get the fuck on. And let me go ahead and build my career and build my empire. And he's probably thinking about that too.
Oh, he talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
He'll say, like, I knew money. I didn't know it was money in that. And yeah, he will apologize. I would give him that. He's apologized several times. I screwed it up. I'm dealing with regret, guilt, all of that. Like, I ruined the best thing that happened to me. Like, we could have been phenomenal. And I wasn't trying to push him out. I invited him in the business. And he was like Ike, you know, Tina Turner. You know, he was on something. I ain't working for you. Like, you work for me. You know, I was like, huh?
I ain't going to your down line.
Yeah. I was like, we doing it together. He was like, man, I ain't doing that. And he's like, explain it to me.
What type of sales was he in?
He was, he had his own company, but he was dealing with high stake, like getting people loans, and to where he would have investors come in. They were trying to sell a product, like somebody had a patent and they were trying to sell it to the open market.
I see.
So he used to dealing with attorneys, and
This was too little for him.
yeah, this was way too.
Yeah.
He
these
wasn't.
$2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $6,000 policies.
Yeah, he wanted something big, and he's just too bougie. He ghetto bougie.
Yeah.
Just being honest with you. He's
Yeah.
from New York. He's by way of New York. So,
No, we talking about us.
you know,
What part?
yeah, Brooklyn and Bronx,
Brooklyn.
somewhere else. There's a bunch of places. I can't, because my dad's from New York, Flatbush. He just felt like, give me a break. Sometimes when people think so big, it's just like, Jen, I'm not dealing with that. But then he see the money in it, but he didn't want to do it. So he wasn't supportive.
You know, one thing that comes to mind, and I'll speak for myself. You know, when you're really good at something, you have this one thing, right? So, for example, I look at my wife. She's really good at a lot of things, and I admire her for so many things. But I'm like, you know what I'm really good at, where I can kick your ass in all day long? Sales. what if she got in sales tomorrow? And I'd be like, I got nothing left. I know it wouldn't take it to the extreme of making her life miserable and sabotaging her business. I'd support. But I think there's like a little egotistical thing to where you're still competing with the person you're supposed to be supporting and backing up to be like, well, this is the one thing that I know how to do better than you, right? To the point where if you were to give him advice, let's say you weren't in sales yet, and you try to give him, well, why don't you try saying this? Because, he was maybe venting and complaining about something. You're like, well, maybe you should try saying that. Back of his head, he'll be like, oh, yeah, that's really good. But I'm not going to admit that to her because all of a sudden she's giving me advice about my job, how to do my job, and she's got better skill sets. I think that played a role as well where he felt like there was something that he had that he was great at. And then, not that you took it away because you didn't do anything wrong in that sense, but just like, man, even that.
I think so because that was the one thing that he was. I still think to this day I know he's a better salesperson than me. It's just an opportunity. And if you're willing to humble yourself and do it. And there's a lot of people that are better than us doing it, but they want to be so high level and I want to do this.
Little bit of
I want to sell annuities and but that's only you're African American, so it's only 3% of us that's earning six figures and more, right? So now you done brought yourself down to a smaller pocket, so it's harder to close those deals. But you know what it is like for a woman, or probably for a man too, when you start something. You know why it hurts so bad when you don't get support? It's like your best friend hating on you.
I think it affects women more than it affects men.
Yeah, it's like
I care less.
It's a hater. It's like you a hater now? You hating?
Yeah.
You worse than somebody in the street.
It's definitely a woman deal. And because it makes sense.
I mean, I don't need you to sabotage my situation, but if you don't support in that sense, we as men need support, but I think it means a lot more to you that we step into that role to say, we got your back, or how can we help? How can we make this easier? I don't know if I'm just speaking for myself here, Willie, but I don't expect the help, I guess, in a sense. I don't expect the support. This is my job. That's what I got to go do, so I go do it. When you jump into something, it's not just work, but you're jumping into something where you're self-employed. I need to be there for you because you're going to have a lot of shitty days.
Yeah. It changes the dynamics in a lot of things for me. So I just wasn't expecting it. So I was blindsided. I was like, man, I supported him for years, ups and downs, and never got upset there for him. So I thought he would have the same trait.
Yeah.
But it was never tested. It now gets tested.
Yeah.
And then it triggers something, like I said, in me. You don't realize that's a big deal for you until it shows up.
It shows up, right.
Yeah.
And then when it show up, you're like, man, if you don't fix this, you may not know this is a big deal for me, but you got to fix this because I can't operate like this. I can't live like this. So
when the seas are smooth, everybody's a great captain. Right?
I like that.
You find out who someone really is when shit goes.
And it's like, I'm going to use that.
So now,
consider that stolen.
So, now you figure who someone really is because there's turmoil and there's issues.
Yeah.
He wasn't involved in the business.
He wasn't. I felt he could have been an asset because in my brain, I was going to put him to work. I was going to make him go in that field. I was going to handle the books. I know to this day he's a better salesperson than me.
Yeah, you said that twice. So as a salesperson, I have to ask, why do you say that?
He's assertive. He's a thinker.
Most Aquariuses, there are.
Sure, Willie. Sure,
Just had to throw that in. Most Aquarius, man,
But and then he, from New York, he can read the room quicker than me. He's been through a lot more life situations. So, it took me time to figure out that this person's a joke.
He already know it.
Dealing with that, on to the next.
Do you go into the meetings and he's quiet and he sits back and he watches and observes?
Yeah.
Not very upfront and friendly and everything.
Oh, and he used to get on me about that too, being so friendly.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you smiling for? Oh, he's smiling. My dad told me to trust people to smile all the time. And I'm like,
That's
why
funny.
can't I smile? But he's from New York too. So I'm like, why can't I smile? He's like, all that skinning and grinning, I ain't got time for all of that. Just like how Willie came in the meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have to get up close up on him to like him.
Yeah.
But if he came into a meeting, you think, oh, who's this arrogant jerk? You would really
I hear
think
that all the time. I hear that all the time. It's crazy.
But
And you're everything but.
Yeah.
everything but. And I always say, when people really get to know me, the people who really know me, they really, really like me.
Right.
You know, but I'm like an onion. You got to peel me down, you know, and it takes a minute for you to get there. But once you in, I'm locked, I'm loyal, I'm going to fight. We go do whatever we got to do together to get to where we trying to get to. Yeah. But it takes a lot to get to that point.
You got layers.
I got layers.
Like Shrek.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
You could have picked a parfait. You know, they have layers too.
Well, I want to say something too, and I want to say it before I miss it. Now, what I do understand about men, as women in sales, you learn more how men feel, though. And what I mean by that is, you know, when I was younger, he'd go to meetings, and I could probably be a pain in the butt. When are you coming home? What you doing? Why the meeting taking so long? But when you're on the receiving end of that, nobody wants to deal with that.
Nobody wants to deal with that.
And if women understood how aggravating that was, I cannot. And the worst thing, don't date me and ask me what I'm doing and when I'm coming. It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, let me just work and do what I need to do and come home. So
I got you when I get there.
I see you when I get there. Yeah. But when you get the calls or you get the annoyance or someone aggravating you or you are asking a lot of questions, sometimes you get a little masculine in this business if you don't watch it.
Yeah.
Because you're always in thinking mode and doing mode. So when your mind is thinking and doing, you're like, what do you need? You know, I wasn't as soft as I was like stay-at-home mother, breastfeeding and cooking dinner.
and that was your life for a long time.
That was my life. So now I got to get in you. Now I got to start thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not him, but I still have to start thinking so I can't be aggravated.
It's definitely one of those where to date someone who's in that field, sales or being an entrepreneur, because people quit their regular 9-to-5 so they can go work for themselves because they think they're going to work less sometimes, but it's the opposite, right? You're going to double the amount of hours you work because you're never off. But having someone in your life who doesn't understand that can be a pain, mostly for them, because then they're going to struggle with figuring out why you can't make time for me or why you can't be more regular. Right, it's just being regular. You get off at this time. You don't work the weekends, you know, and that's not what happens.
And I'm gonna tell you something. In my relationship, it was kind of total the opposite. My wife is really into the kids and her job, and you know, providing, doing whatever she had to do for the house. The whole day would go by and she hadn't called.
So you're like, you ain't worried about me?
I know.
Like, hello.
I'm here.
I've been working all day. I mean, I could have literally been anywhere.
Bro.
But so it worked for me.
Yeah.
Because once I got accustomed to how she thinks, and you know, because I know that if she would have been calling me throughout the day while I'm working, I would have been miserable.
Yeah.
So after a while, I'm like, because I was used to women doing that.
Yeah.
So when she didn't do it, she was like, hey, I'm fine. I'm sitting here working. Me and the kids, we're doing this, we're doing that, and we're doing that. Okay, well, let me go. let me go and keep doing what I'm doing.
You feel a little left out. Well, shit, just check on the nigga.
I know.
We laugh about that all the time now.
Man.
She allowed me to grow. She never tried to change anything that I did, never tried to change who I was. She just kind of embraced it and added her value in wherever it can fit. So I know that I can call if I was having a bad day. We'll sit there and we'll talk. But other than that, hey, come back with 3. That's what she would say. Hey, come back with 3. Don't come home unless you got 3.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's why you can survive in a business. It's a key thing with your wife.
That's
a lot of men don't want to give credit to that wife.
Man, I give it to her now. I didn't give it to her before. I did.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't give it to her.
You know, we hire people in, and I can tell immediately if this guy's probably going to make it or not. If you meet the wife, either one or two things. If she don't want anything to do with it, I'm like, it's probably not going to work. Or she wants to be too involved and she's a negative influence.
Right.
Or she doesn't have, some women can't have their husbands do this business and they don't have a business state of mind. I see it a lot. It's like some, you know, your wife is, you know, good in that area, but sometimes if a man is an entrepreneur and that wife is too 9-to-5-ish, it's not going to work. It's going to be just turmoil because she is like you said, I don't understand why you can't be here at 5 and why you got to work on the weekend and why you got to have these conference calls. And I have to agree with the men in this area, but you want all this stuff.
Yeah.
You want a vacation all the time. You
Yeah.
want nice stuff. You like clothes, nice restaurants. You like this home, or you want a bigger home. He has to work. He has to 9 times out of 10 be out of this house. So, but when they come in and they're like, oh, my wife doesn't really want me to do it. And then they're a little weak. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
A lot of these men,
that's the worst thing you can say to me.
That's the worst thing.
A lot of they weak. And I'm like, so she telling you what to do.
Right.
And I can't get too involved because I'm like, that's your wife. I don't want to tell you but I already know, like, you're not that tough.
Yeah.
Or you don't really believe in it. And she's dragging her feet. And I'm like, this is going to be a mess. But a lot of times, the wealthier the guy is, I already know he got a good wife at home.
Mm-hmm. It goes together. One of the most important decisions that you can make is who you marry.
Mm-hmm.
It can make you, or it can break you. And like I said, with mine, she allowed me to grow and do what I needed to do. Like I said, when I came to insurance, she didn't necessarily really believe in insurance or really knew anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew me. She knew the grind. She knew the hustle. She knew that I was going to make something happen. In the morning, getting up, I had a mobile detailing business. That's actually how I missed the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, you pull up to the corporate office.
Corporate office. I'm washing cars out there in the parking lot. I was the kid that was going through the neighborhood with my dad's lawnmower, trying to make my own money.
Mm-hmm.
That has been me, and we got history. We've been knowing each other for a long time, me and my wife. So she knew my family again. She knew my pedigree. So she didn't really have to worry about a whole lot of stuff, because I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna make some shit happen, but I'm also gonna have fun. So she also knew that about me. I work hard, but then I also play hard. So when I was playing hard and she hadn't called me all day, I'm like, man,
This is
now,
great.
I ain't working no more right now, but you still ain't gonna call me? Okay. All right, I'm coming. All right, I see you about 4 a.m. And then she got tired of that. So a man would change for the right person.
Absolutely.
So I changed, so now I'm a good boy.
Yeah.
I'm at home by 6:30, 7 o'clock, in bed by 9.
Unless you got a meeting at 10 p.m. Yeah.
But if she know if I have to go out of town for a week or 2 or 3 or 4 days, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And then she was an entrepreneur too. She had an event planning business and stuff like that, so she understood the grind work that you have to go through. That helped out a lot. She's 9 to 5, and then she had a successful business on the side. She understood it all.
She understood that work ethic and what it took, and to not get you out the wrong headspace.
Yeah.
So that's probably why she didn't call either. She's like, I know what it takes.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with people, you get a 9 to 5 and an entrepreneur to get. It's just like they don't have any even desire to be an entrepreneur or do anything outside of the 9 to 5.
Right.
You got to struggle.
Yeah, big time.
And we see it a lot. We see it, a lot of
I
struggle
don't want
there.
you going out at night. It's getting dark.
Who is that? Who's that? Why you calling so late?
Yeah.
You know you took calls late. Like, stop it. The person's on speakerphone. For goodness sake. You have to deal with a lot of that. That's why I knew, like, I can't deal with this.
And making them feel secure in the business, like my wife sees Jennifer. She knows she's an attractive lady, and so when Jennifer called, we're talking. I'm on speaker.
And then if his wife is there, I talk to his wife.
Yeah.
Like, Willie could leave the room. We have a whole conversation, just talking about still the business.
Yeah.
Because she also understands the business.
Right.
You get what I mean? She's heard him, and now she's a businesswoman. So a lot of things he's like, well, my wife can help with this. She can help with that.
Right.
But that's that good support system that allows him to be able to do what he needs to do.
So now that you're in the business, and I know there's been an entire paradigm shift with you. So now that you're here, what is your view of men? What is your view on men, rather? And when you decide to date, you're going to funnel people into certain places, into certain spots. You have a different outlook now. So who are you dating? Who are you picking? How do you assess the type of men you want to date? And what will you stay away from?
Oh, that's tough. Let me start
stay away from Aquarius.
Yeah, let me say that again. Your birthday is when?
So for me, I don't believe in that.
End of January, Feb. Nah, bro.
Yeah, anywhere
from this ain't gonna work.
We are not that bad.
They start off good.
No Aquarius men. Got it.
No, seriously, how I view men. I've always, my brothers told me this years ago. They said, Jenny, you want Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and somebody else all mixed in one. It's like, you're too picky.
Yeah.
So when I started dating my ex, he had a lot of qualities. He still does have, he had a lot of quality. Good looking, know how to dress, making money, a giver. So I'm like, this gonna work. My view of men, I think I've probably always been a little tough on men, if I could just be quite honest.
Okay.
I want you to be tougher than me. So if I'm thinking a certain way, I think you should already have that thought. I should already been there. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm thinking
No, I
about
don't.
business. Okay, let me give you an example.
I should already been thinking what you're thinking.
What I mean by that is if I'm thinking about the future, my
Okay.
future,
Right.
savings, retirement, how we gonna live, your brain need to be already on that.
Sure. That I get.
So if your brain is not there, no.
So big picture things.
Big picture things.
Yeah.
Are you a leader? Can you lead me in any capacity? And women have to be honest with themselves. And I'm very honest with myself.
Right.
I'm gonna be real. I like money.
Okay.
I like a provider. And that's what I like. And some people want, women want to skate around that and make themselves feel bad and say, no, okay, well, that's you.
That's 100% okay with me if that's what you say up front and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm okay with that. Like, if that's what it is. And not in the sense to where just like, well, I guess I won't put words in your mouth. So to what extent, when you say you like money, you want a provider, because you're working, you're providing for yourself.
Yeah, but what I
obviously.
mean by that is I don't want to have a money problem. I don't need money to buy a lot of clothes. And if I get used to I don't have to have fancy restaurants, all that all the time. I like to cook.
Yeah.
But I do want the home provided for. And then when I say I want to travel, I want to be able to go. It's 2 or 3 times a year. That's not a lot to me.
Yeah.
But somebody who's tight, that's an issue for them. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I want a man who's always progressing, who's always growing, and who wants more in life. So that is more difficult for me. If you're not going to have that, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to be real nice. When I say real nice, I mean, you darn near angel on earth.
You won't date that man, I tell you. It doesn't matter how nice that man is. At this point in your life, you're not dating that man.
I probably would.
No.
Or let me say this.
Let's imagine whatever you
Are you
view.
real sweet? Like,
Nah,
are you real
bullshit.
nice?
Sorry. I gotta call you on that one. Super
you're right,
sweet.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
You're right. Because after a while,
Because you'll see him for what he is, and that's a wonderful person, but I can't be that person's partner, and that can be my partner because we're on 2 different paths. The financial side of it, he's not there, and you're not willing to go struggle.
I need the bills paid.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of women don't like to say, I need the bills paid.
Yeah.
These bills have got to get paid. And by me being a stay-at-home mom for so many years, I don't like paying my bills. Even when I have it, I'm going to just be real with you. I got it, but I don't like paying them. It's not fun. I feel like I'm dude.
She's like, I named every dollar, and every time I part ways with one.
And let me tell you something my ex told me. You know what he told me? He said, I ain't got no problem with you. I said, what do you mean? He was like, you want too much. He said, Jen, you don't like spending your own money. And I thought about it. I was like, oh, God, I don't. I mean, I am a giver. Don't get me wrong. And he would tell you this, like, I'm a giver. I buy you stuff. I'm dating you. You're going to get the best of the best because I like the best of the best, right? But I do not like thinking and paying up bills, even though I do it. And I do it well. I don't like spending my money on bills. I don't like it. I feel like a man.
Yeah.
And if women were being honest, that ain't fun. Me taking my hard-earned money and I got
paying for these nights.
and paying this bills and paying this high-ass car note. Excuse my French, but about the car and the tires, $1,800. I was like, somebody else about to pay this. I'm not going to do it. Somebody else need to pay these bills.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then when a man is paying bills, you do shut up. You let a lot of stuff slide. Yeah, when a man is paying bills, you kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet. And I'm not an in-your-face type of woman anyway. I'm just, I'm not trying to like, oh, she's so perfect. But I'm really not. I like peace. I'm not getting in you, right? I'm not going toe-to-toe. And because, too, I've raised with brothers, and they always tell me, don't go toe-to-toe, no, man. I ain't saying I never did it. It's a part of me that's just who I am. I'd rather ignore you.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get quiet and let you cool off and, you know what, just leave the house if you're going to act up, right? But back to this money. I do not like paying my own bills. I don't like it.
Let's say you meet someone and you talked about a man always looking towards a future, a person who wants to scale, a person who wants to elevate themselves, etc. Right? But what you're seeing is currently they are not there, but they have all of the other elements. Super nice, super sweet, giving, caring, they have the provider mindset. They may not be able to yet, and they're on their way to all these different things. They can definitely protect you, but that person financially is not there. But you know that kind of
I
like
would still
Willie's,
date him.
You would.
And you know why?
He can't pay bills today.
He can't. But let
Probably
me
for
tell
another
you
couple of
why. Let
years.
me tell you the biggest thing of everything that you named
Mm-hmm.
is he wants to. He has a desire to.
Okay, so the reason I asked you that question that way is because I think that's what a lot of women are missing.
Mm-hmm.
Women want the man, like the meal's already prepped. It's 100% made. And I'm not saying you need to go and complete that man. That's
Yeah.
not what anybody's looking for. But if you can look past certain things, not that you're lowering your standards,
Mm-hmm.
but if you can see everything for what it really is, and you can kind of see what this person is working towards,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of women miss out. How many stories have we heard of people in general that were passed up, and someone's looking at them like, oh man, I didn't know they're going to get on this rise and just
Yeah.
keep climbing. I mean, think about it, bro. Someone dumped Beyonce one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an ex-boyfriend out there who dumped her.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I'm not to say that she's an end all be all, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
When
no,
as far as the world's looking, you know, this is a billionaire. This is someone who's
Yeah.
doing great for herself. And there's someone who dumped Robert Smith, CEO and one of the richest billionaires in America, right?
That's the fun for me, though. Believe it or not, sincerely, I love my bills paid. But let me say this. I think it would be more exciting for me when someone is doing something and going for something.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we in this together.
Yeah.
That's the fun part,
The building of
the
it.
building of it, and believing in a man, and we got this, and this is another strategy.
And honestly, that's what brought me and my wife closer together, going through that together.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to that point until we actually got to Georgia because we were forced to elevate ourselves.
Together.
And we elevated together. So that made us more of a powerful couple,
Yeah.
you know, because we even speak that to each other now.
Yeah.
Hey, go get it. Go kill it. I know you go kill it. No, this morning, hey, go kill it.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. That's fun. I want that. If he doesn't already have it together, that's what I like. You know, like, okay, what do you plan on doing? Let's talk about that. I'm a good, what do you need me to do? You know, okay, this is a play. What do I need to run? What do you need me to be? Do you need me to be in this space? But I have to be used. And that's what I think a lot of men don't understand. When they find women or they feel like, well, she already got this together and she already making so much money over here and she's doing this and she's already driving this and she lives this kind of life. And I still don't feel like, you know, to us, we live in it. We're like, oh, we need more, a lot more. Give me about that times 4, right?
Right.
So they miss out the fact that a good quality woman wants to be used in a good way. You know,
good way, yeah.
we want to be, you know, put us to use. What do you need me to pray about? What do you need me to be on my face about? Any secretarial work? We want to be used and be valued in that way.
Right.
But a lot of men are like, she already got it together. She ain't going to listen. You know, she ain't going to do her own thing. And it's like, no, you're just not really used to good women.
Like my wife, she's not very visible with the business. She doesn't come to any meetings. She really don't come to any events, anything like that. But she is the backbone of Nash Group Insurance Services. So she makes the calls. She sets the appointment sometimes. She booked my flight. She set the hotel arrangements up. I don't have to do anything but just show up.
Yeah.
So those type of things was kind of important to me. I do like her. I want her to come to certain things. But if she can't make it, that ain't the end all be all. Hey, if you make sure that I'm laying down in a safe space, you know, that works for me.
Yeah.
You know, don't put me on a little track, you know, the hotel on a little track. Just, you know what I like. Put me there. You know where I like to sit. When you book my flight, you know I got to have this particular seat.
Yeah.
You know, that means a lot more to me. You know, and she does that part.
That's wonderful.
It's needed. We want that role. We sincerely as women, we want to fill that space of a feminine role for men. You run into some bad apples. I run into the business. Even in my business, I'm like, I can look at certain women. I'm like, man, she is mad aggressive. She's mad masculine. She doesn't realize it. She's totally operating in her masculinity, you know, and I can see it because you can self-diagnose your own self. I can tell when I'm doing it or I've done it. So it's a lot of work to be back to your natural state.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that I would love that. I would love for a man to say, this is my idea. I want to work towards this. That's fun for me, even if he doesn't have it right now.
Yeah. So what is your advice then for a woman who is looking to date? God knows, when I talk to a lot of women, they will tell you, man, that pool out there is just filthy. There's just nothing in there. right? I hear it all the time. And maybe, again, I don't know. Where are you looking, right? Because maybe you're behind a certain paywall. Maybe there's other reasons why you're not talking to the right people. Maybe there's an education gap. There's so many different reasons that you are looking at certain men. Maybe you're attracting what you are. We'll leave all that alone. But when you're thinking about dating a man, what is your advice for them to not fall for the okie doke? Well, girl, I got some plans. Well, you think everything's broken, but I got some plans. I promise you, get with me. We'll be straight in a few years. Because you don't want I got daughters. I don't want them to fall for that nonsense either. But social media has made it to where the man's not forget 6 figures. They don't even know what that means half that time because they've never made more than 30 grand.
They don't even know what 6 figures is.
Yeah. So, but they'll tell you, now I hear specific numbers. I've heard a woman say, someone asked her, what's the least amount of money a man needs to make for you to date him? She said, $250. Like, you need to make $250 to date you? Like 175, 185, 250, 300K. They just throw out some crazy numbers because they want to be in that space to where they're being provided for. But a woman who's dating, who's looking to be with someone.
It's hard for me to give you advice. I don't have a man. I'm not, I was married, but I'm not married now.
Yeah.
So, and then too, I have to be honest with myself, and women have to be honest with themselves. Are you really dating? Are you sitting at home and you're going to, you're doing your business and you're coming home? So I can't say these men are that bad because I'm not dating a lot. I can't do a census and like, oh, girl, it's bad out there. All these men is crap. I don't go on dates like that. So I'm not in people's space. I mean, sometimes I say, you should be dating, but sometimes I get a little lazy in that. You get used to your rhythm, as women too. And if I can be quite honest with you, when you're in business, I get a lot of my needs filled from other men. And I don't mean not in a sexual way. I ain't gonna lie,
Wait, what?
My mind went so far left.
I listen, I don't mean it, not in a sexual way, but think about it. This could kind of mess you up too. You get to deal with so many professional men that I can get my talk time in. You get what I mean? If I go to lunch or dinner, then I go to lunch and dinner, and I laugh, kiki, talk about business, I go home.
Yeah.
And I don't have to answer to anybody. You know what I mean? So that can get you caught up too, because you're getting that particular need met.
Right.
You get what I mean? Because it's like, okay, I can talk to this person, I can talk to that man, and I can, he's powerful, and he's powerful in this way, and then I do my thing with the children, I hang out with my girlfriends, and
pretty much fulfilled.
You're fulfilled.
So you basically got a man for everything. That's what I'm hearing. I got a man. You got a man for this. I can talk to him about this.
Everything except.
Then the other man after 10:30, 11 o'clock. I got one for now.
That's one that's more of a mentor.
Yeah.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't talk about that enough. But I'm not really out there. So when I hear people like, oh, they're terrible, I'm like, these men are not that bad. I'm going to be honest with you too. We're really picky. And you got to say to yourself, like you said, and women are saying, I'm not going to work with him. How can you tell? How can you tell if a man is really about his business? Watch his habits. A man that is an early riser, what is he talking about?
Right.
We try to make this all difficult to figure out if he's full of crap or not. He's going to talk about what he's doing, right? He's going to move a certain way.
Right.
He's not going to be too available. You can see that rather quickly. It's like, okay, what are you doing? If he doesn't like to talk about it, or he's not doing it. If he's not an early riser and he's getting up and he's pumped and he's excited about talk, you already know what you're dealing with. But for the most part, with women, we do have to meet men where they are, but you got to, detect what is he about. At the end of the day, when I say, do I want my bills paid? Do I like paying bills? No, I'm being honest. I don't.
Right.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that I have the money to pay it, but I don't like to be the one paying it. I'm just being serious. I don't like writing a check. I like when he was writing the checks.
Yeah.
I like when I got to go to Home Depot. Just certain little
That's
things
when they know you're single. When you pop up at Home Depot.
But if I gotta be honest with you, I go to Home Depot, I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, first of all, I didn't even be in here. I want to tell the girls, call your daddy and tell him. I don't like being it, and I don't even go in there that much, but I don't like doing
That
it.
is funny.
I don't like paying for service guys in the house. I don't like them flirting with me and charging me. It's a lot of things in this world that you have to be honest. Some women don't care. They be like, man, I get up there and I paint it and I, fix it. I'm not that kind of woman.
Yeah.
I'm just not her. But even like I said, let's say he doesn't have a lot of money, but he's doing all of that. He know how to paint. He know how to fix stuff.
Yeah, I got to work.
He said, you got to work.
I got to go to work.
You paint, you fix stuff.
I mean, yeah, even if it's not what you want, because I got to tell you, it feels so gratifying to actually build something and create something and do it with your own hands. I was never that guy. I would rather go knock on 1,000,000 doors and sell all day long and then pay someone to come
But
fix it.
I'm going to be real. Let me tell you the cheat code. If you don't make, guys, if you're not making a lot of money,
Fix some shit.
man, it is nothing like a woman seeing a man fix. He's like, he doing that. He getting that thing.
I'm going to go to Home Depot right after this, man. Before I
Just
go
take
home.
out one of the machines, like, we're like, man, I don't know how you do it. but that is like such a masculine thing.
Yeah.
I don't even like for a man to tell me he don't know. How you don't know about this car?
Dang.
You know, I grew up like you have to be either or. You're either gonna be a money man or you need to be a fix it man.
Yeah.
But you can't.
You need to bring something to the
you gotta
table.
bring
You can't
something
fail
to
at
this
both.
table. You can't fail both. Take
Yeah.
my car, get it serviced. I don't even want to hear about what's wrong with it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
all I do is drive it.
Just drive
Get
it.
it detailed, get oil change, you
Do
know.
whatever you need to do with this car.
Put some oil in the tires.
You heard him? All in the time. Let me tell you. It's like that was the thing with the separation. I was like, I got to do all this crap. And I used to fill up the car, the gas. I was like, oh, now I got to put gas in the car. I mean, little things
Yeah.
that you don't, when women like, I can do this by myself. I'm like, you don't want to do that mess. Now you do it and you adapt. But as far as looking for men out here, you have to have money or be able to pay bills. When I say have money, that's relative. Because a man could make less than me, but if he knows how to manage money better than I do, then he's an asset.
Correct.
Because to be honest with you, how can I say this without sounding male chauvinistic and a woman
Go
not
for it.
liking this?
That's fine.
You need covering from a man, or you're going to spend all that money. I really need somebody to come in and be like, nope, you're not doing that. We pulling back.
Yeah.
And we doing with this money. I may not like it, but I need it. And I was raised with a father. So I can lean into that. You get what I mean? Okay, this is what you say do. We're going to have to listen to daddy. He's the man in the house. If we listen to you, what do you need me to do? Okay, I'll do it. Okay, you're the boss, right?
And that's
We
why
need that
he's living
covering.
he's living with some regret right now. Is that right?
Yeah.
He's living with some regret
Yeah.
right now. I can see it.
Yeah. You have to let a man lead.
Yeah.
And we really want y'all to lead. But even with earning money, we still know, like, I need some covering. I'm not dumb. So I notice when the cover is taken off of you. It's like so you laying in bed and you cold and somebody like, wake up. You're like, I'm still chilly. I got my sheet, but it ain't nothing like that blanket.
Yeah.
The man is a blanket.
That's a good way of putting it.
He's a blanket.
That's a good way. Weighted blanket, too.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a good spot to end it. Any woman who goes out and they have to do something that's a bit non-traditional when it comes to work is going to be met with some kind of obstacle. And most often, unfortunately, that obstacle comes from their own household. And it's something that you shouldn't have to deal with, but unfortunately you do.
Yeah.
Oh, what can I leave with? For one, the unexpected in business. Like you said, a lot of the turmoil is going to be inner. It's not the outer world. And also, too, for women, get in a habit or just be self-aware of your femininity during this process. To hold on to it, to lean into it, and to do your best to monitor yourself, be very prayerful in this process, and do things that are going to balance you in this business. And the balancing is doing Pilates, doing yoga, going for a walk, taking art classes, not reading everything about business, really relaxing. So you can bring that balance to not only your business and yourself, but also to your relationship. There's a lot of things that I didn't do right either, just not knowing.
Well said. So earlier in the show, we flipped a coin. No, we didn't. But we're going to ask you to read the outro, doing an impression.
Oh, God.
Right? And that impression was some old school.
Some old man acting up.
Go for it whenever you're ready.
Okay. Oh, this is hard because you put me on the spot.
You felt like I felt.
Look now, go ahead and leave it, please support us now. Follow the show. Now you need to go on and leave a dang on 5-star review on this Apple podcast. Now I ain't playing with you now. Just go on and do it. I ain't got time for this. I thank y'all for listening. We're gonna catch you next week. We share some conversations, some real issues every single day. That's what we gonna do every single day. Manhood matters, man. Manhood matters. We out.
Yes.
Killed it.
Echoes of fine time, experts and friends, powerful